Monday's workout. So grab your kettlebells and dumbbells if you have them. If not, of course, grab your shopping bag, throw some heavy stuff in it. So just like always, we'll have a movement prep, and then we'll have 3 supersets today and a cool down. I'll do a brief explanation of all the exercises, and then I'll do the first set. So you can do it along with me if you want. All right, so let's get going. Kicking off the movement prep is going to be the alternating quad stretch. So all quad stretch is going to pull my heel towards my butt, kind of really pulling my knee back. And my opposite arm goes straight overhead. I'm going to keep this shoulder down and back. So this is where you're holding the position. I'm going to switch sides. Same thing on the other side. All right, so let's just do 5 on each side to start this thing off, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, number 2 is just a high kick. So high kick, I want to get my leg nice and loose. I'm going to kick it back and then kick it forward. Back, forward. Try to keep the leg relatively straight and loose. Maybe 5 on each side. That was 2. 3, 4, 5. Good. All right, now I'll get on the floor. So we're going to do the hip opener plus the rotation. So get out nice and long. My knees on the floor in the back. Open this hip up. I'm going to plant my arm in the floor. Keep it straight. I'm going to open up this side. So big rotation. Then back to the start. Okay, so we're getting the stretch in the hip and the active stretch here on our back. All right, that's 2. We're going to do 5 on each side. 3, 4, 5. Then we'll switch through. Open the hip up, plant the hand, rotate the arm in, and twist. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, next we're gonna do the handcuffs. So on the handcuffs, you're gonna lay face down. Just wanna show you what I'm gonna do before I get down there. So you wanna put your hands on your low back. You're gonna pinch your shoulders and your elbows back. And you're gonna swim your arms out. And as you get to the front, you wanna pull your palms facing up. Then all the way back down to the start. All right, so now we're gonna do it face down, lying on the floor here. So down, my hands are my low back. Pinch my shoulders and my elbows back. All right, look down, come out, palms up, and back to the start. And we'll do 5. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right, last movement prep exercise. So we're gonna do the active hamstring stretch plus a low back stretch. So we're gonna lay down flat. You're gonna lift your leg up. So keep this guy nice and straight for the hamstring stretch. And then you're gonna bring it over the side, keeping both shoulders on the floor for the low back stretch. And that's 1. We'll do 5 in a row on one side, and then switch to the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, good. Let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, that's the first set of the movement prep. You have 1 more time to go through it. So you can either pause, go through it again. Of course, you can rewind and watch it again. Superset number 1 is lunges and push-ups. Now, hard to make an exercise more difficult when you don't have too much weight to keep adding to it. So the one way you can make exercises at home more difficult if you don't have a lot of weight is just to go slower. So our first exercise is going to be a reverse lunge, and we're going to make it more difficult by just going very slow. So when you step back and you go down to your lunge, I want to take 3 to 5 seconds to go down, and same thing on the way back up. And the other leg, right? Go nice and slow down, and nice and slow back up. So you can try this with body weight and see how it goes, or of course, more challenging, you can hold a kettlebell in front, you can hold your dumbbell up front like that. Of course, I'm gonna use the weight bag. Today I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna grab it by the handles, just gonna throw it behind me and lay it over my shoulders. Alright, so I got a little backpack going here. Alright, so we're gonna go slow motion, reverse lunges, 10 each leg. Ready, steady, go. One. Really trying to go slow. Really trying to feel the exercise. Especially in that front quad. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. Nice and slow, low, low, low. If you're getting these right and slow, right, quad should be on fire. Okay, exercise number 2 here is a push-up. Just a basic push-up. Now, I've been seeing a lot of push-ups online lately, especially during the shelter in place. And I've been seeing a lot of really bad push-ups too. So we really want to today just really hammer down what a basic push-up should look like. And again, if you can do a bunch of push-ups, we're only going to do 10 today. So the way we make it tougher, go very slow. Do a slow motion push-up. Alright, so step 1, get your hands on the floor. Like I really want to almost grip the floor with my hands. Okay, I want my shoulders over my wrists, and I'm going to screw my arms in, so really turn them in. Okay, and then get up on your toes behind you. And when I'm in this position right here, I'm squeezing my stomach, and I'm squeezing my glutes really tight. So when I'm going up and down in my push-up, my body just stays as one unit, okay? And of course, if you need to modify, make it easier, right, you can get on your knees here, but again, you still want to squeeze the glutes, squeeze the stomach, screw the arms in, all right? So let's do 10 of these guys. So grip the floor with my hands, roll my arms in, get on my toes, squeeze my stomach, squeeze my butt. Okay, when I go down, my elbows should be firing out about 45 degrees, all right? So I don't want to see your arms coming out like this, or sitting real tight like this, right? And our hips aren't going down, right? And our butt's not staying in the air. Okay, so squeeze the stomach, squeeze the butt, roll the arms in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's one set of slow motion lunges and slow, perfect push-ups. Now you have 2 to 4 more sets to go. Superset number 2 is going to be slow hip hinges and slow one-arm rows. So we're continuing on with this slow motion theme with your exercises today. So as most of you should know, hip hinge is it's like a hamstring exercise. So the motion is pushing your hips back, right? Keeping good posture, getting a big stretch in your hamstrings, and then sitting your hips back up. All right, so my knees are slightly bent, but they say fixed after that. So I'm not going up and down, I'm going back and forth, back and forth. All right, always making sure you're keeping good posture and you're definitely not bending, right? So you don't want to bend and round your back, right? Everything stays nice and flat. Big stretch in your hamstrings. So if you have dumbbells, you can hold them in front. You can hold a kettlebell in front. You can grab your back and hold it in front. Today, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it on my back, just like I did with my lunges here. Okay, but then the rules stay the same. So let's do 10 hip hinges right now. So a little bend in my knees, kick my hips out, big stretch, and back forward. I want to go nice and slow. About 3 seconds back, 3 seconds forward. Let's do 10. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. Earn it. Go nice and slow. Stretch. Back up. All right. Next, we're doing the one-arm row. So again, you can use your dumbbells. You can use your kettlebells. I'm going to show it with the bag. So if you want to get in that hinge position like we were just doing in the last exercise, then I'll move my leg out of the way. Whatever you're using for weight, you're going to grab. I'm going to pull towards the base of my rib cage, making sure I'm getting my shoulder down and back so I really get a good squeeze on that one side of my back. All right. And again, I know it's kind of hard to progress at home if you don't have heavier weights. So we're going to go nice and slow today. All right. So we'll get in our hinge position. Get your leg out of the way. And let's go about 3 seconds up and 3 seconds down. We'll do 10 on each side. Here we go. Squeeze. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Other side. Get hinged. Kick your leg out the way. Here we go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right, good. That's the first set. You at home, 2 to 4 more sets. Enjoy. Our third superset is going to be kneeling chops and leg lifts. So on the kneeling chop, we're going to get on one knee. You want to grab whatever you're using for a weight, whether it be dumbbell, kettlebell, or bag. All right, so you want to hold your weight down by your hip. All right, then you're going to rotate your arms so your arms stay fixed, so you don't want to bend them. Okay, and as they start to lift up towards your shoulder, your torso is twisting with it, right? So your end position is arms over your shoulder, and my chest is facing my weight, and then back down to the start. So it's big swing up, and a chop back down, all right? So we do 10 to each side, grab my weight, ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch knees, switch sides, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now for the leg lifts. So remember, on the leg lifts, we're laying down flat. You want to make sure you get rid of the space between your low back and the floor. So now that my low back's touching the floor, I keep my legs straight. I'm going to point my toes towards me. I'm slowly going to lift my legs up. I'm slowly going to bring them all the way back down to the floor. When I get down here, I want to make sure, before I go again, my low back is touching the floor. All right, if this is too difficult for you, you can't prevent your low back from coming off the floor. You can do the same exercise, just bend your legs. Same exercise, legs bent. Always making sure low back touching the floor, a lot of tension on your stomach, all right? So let's do 10. So low back, floor, slowly lift, slowly drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right, that's the first set. You got 2 to 4 more. Enjoy. We've made it to the cool down. So our first cool down stretch is going to be the yoga plex. So yoga plex, get your hands on the floor here, right underneath your shoulders, like you're in a push-up position. Now I want to push my hips up and back and drive my heels down towards the floor. I'm going to keep my arms straight and actively pushing. I also like to feel like I'm trying to push my chest and my head through my legs in the back, okay? So, first one we're doing here is yoga plex. We'll go for like 30 seconds, all right? Ready, set, go. And hold. Arms straight, pushing, driving your heels towards the floor. Big stretch in your calves, hamstrings, and your shoulders. We're going to do some wrist and forearm stretching. So take your hands, open them up nice and wide. Now you want to turn them so your fingers are going to point towards you. And you're going to put your palms on the floor. Try to keep your fingers spread out nice and wide. All right, then I want to take my shoulders and bring them down and back. And then I can start to sit my hips back to get a little extra stretch. All right, so play around with it. Play with the angles. Play with where you're putting your weight, and we'll just hold. Good. All right, now we're going to take your hands, keep your fingers spread wide. Now we're fingers facing you. And then you want to screw your arms in so our arms are nice and straight. All right, throw your shoulders down and back again. And then you can start playing with your weight. Sit back, sit to the left, sit to the right. And just hang out here for about 30 seconds. Try to keep your arms straight. This one could be difficult. Good. All right. Last stretch of the day. Do the super low back stretch. So get on your back. You're going to take your heel and put it to the outside of your opposite knee. You're going to pull it down towards the floor. Keep both shoulders on the ground. All right, we'll just hold here. Always trying to actively pull the knee down farther, and we'll hold it here for 30 seconds or more. All right, good. Of course, we gotta do the other side. So heel, outside of the knee, pull that puppy down, and hold. And good. That's it for today. I hope everybody's doing good, staying safe, staying healthy. I hope to see all the TFT members either see you or hear from you really soon. So take care, everybody. See you next time.